Could we have asked for a better matchup here in week one? Today it's Bemer versus Biggs. Number one versus number two in game. It's number one versus number three. Hello everybody and thank you for joining me on this highly touted week one matchup. Again, we are sponsored by Sookie Soaps. And we are here in Doak Campbell Stadium for number 3 Florida State versus number 1 Auburn, a national championship rematch. But this time, Florida State gets the home field advantage, and they start off with a 3-yard run up the gut. The national championship between these two was nothing short of a motion picture, a movie, absolute cinema. Came down to a last-second field goal, and it got Biggs his second straight championship. Looking to do it again this year. One of the best rosters and coming in with number 1. But Florida State looking to break that streak as they get a nice play there. Up to the 38-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the number 3 team in the country here at home. Biggs in Season 1 took down USC in the national championship. A great run by Penguin in his first year at USC to make it all the way to the national championship. And then in Bemer's second year with Florida State, he met Biggs in the national championship, and it was a 3-point game once again. Quick throw to the left gets about 4. Demond Williams Jr. in the back, directing traffic for this Florida State team. Oscar Charlton, the quarterback, freshman quarterback for Auburn. And, we heard word from Coach Biggs early. It's a tough environment to come into. As a freshman quarterback, all the pressure in the world. The target is on your back. Number 1 team in the country in the best conference in football. It is a lot of pressure, and it doesn't get much more highly pressured than playing in one of the best stadiums in the country against one of the best teams in the country in week 1. Dropping back, trying to get that ball out, but the Auburn defensive front getting to him. And Demond Williams didn't have time there to throw it, didn't have a target he liked, and that one hits the dirt. So it's going to be 3rd and 6, an early 3rd down for Florida State. They're at the 42-yard line on their own side of the field, and Auburn looking to get them off the field on their first drive and give their freshman quarterback a chance to go out there and make some plays. 3rd and 6. Williams coming out an empty, and Auburn sent everybody. Does get the pass off. Can he get to the first down marker? He can. He's across the 50 and up to the 47-yard line. It was Taj Favre, 95 speed receiver, making that grab, and Williams barely got the throw out. He had nearly all six defenders right in his face, but he's still able to just get that ball out on the zig route and grabs the first down. So on first down, they come out in a single back formation from the 47. Williams fakes the handoff, rolls left, barely has any time. He's rolling back to his right, trying to get something open, but ends up just sending this one to the dirt. Not trying to force anything this early in the contest. 2nd and 10 coming up. Of course, tomorrow we'll have JG taking on Miami. And Mac, I should say. JG taking on Mac with Miami. Oklahoma, Miami. Number 11 versus number 16. Quick out route again. Nearly a first down, but he gets about 8. On that one, that was Fegans on the tackle for Auburn, but not before an 8-yard gain for the Seminoles, and they are looking prime for a score here. Still got to get past their second 3rd down of the drive, though. This one, just 2 yards. As we tick near 7 minutes gone. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 2. Short route inside. It's caught, no problem. And the Seminoles hit the 30-yard line 9-yard gain on the play. Winters gets the tackle, but again, not before the first down. So Florida State continues their drive at Auburn's 30, moving the ball nicely to start off this Week 1 matchup. Of course, this is both teams' first games. No Week 0 action for either of these squads. Fake the handoff. He'll throw, going over the middle, and that one is picked. A diving interception by the Tigers, and they'll take over at the 13-yard line. Kensley Lewidor-Faustin, the junior strong safety, diving out, putting his body on the line and grabbing that interception on the first drive of the game. And here comes the crowd noise. It's going to make a huge impact in this ball game, but a nice run to the outside might silence that crowd here early in this contest. The band is playing loudly too, just a harsh environment to play in. Not only that, but one of the best users truly I've ever seen. Either of these guys are. But a 2nd and 2, and coming out in pistol is the Tigers. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Winding that play clock all the way down. They'll hand this one off on the RPO. Tons of room up the middle. That'll get about 13 yards for Bryce Kane. 1st and 10. Tigers, as they look to keep this drive alive, they do there. Mario Craver, one of the impact players on this Auburn offense. 99 jumping, 99 deep route, 97 mid-route running. This guy can hit you with a double move from another dimension. You can keep up to date with the ticker at the bottom of your screen. Should give you some updates of games. Well, it labels all user games this week. Any game that a user is playing or has played. Of course, there's scores from updated games. I think the only one that's not in there is Texas Tech, Nebraska, because that game was just going on. Tipped to the line of scrimmage on 1st down. I believe that was Kevin Wynn. He got the block win, and he swats the ball. He didn't get the block win at all, but he did manage to swat it down, the sophomore. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 34. Hashtag Fear the Spear here in Doak Campbell Stadium. Same spot, 34-yard line, 2nd and 10, man in motion. Looks like the tight ends. They'll drop back, open over the middle. It's caught near the first down marker. He takes a hit, too. Caleb Harris laying the boom. 94 speed, and every bit of it was used on that chop tackle, that cut stick. 3rd and 1 for Auburn. They just need the 44-yard line. Man in motion, wide receiver. He'll roll right, throws short. It's caught by the tight end. Makes a move. He's got even more space up across the 40 into Florida State territory. I can't even lie. When he threw that, I thought he was throwing it directly at a Florida State defender, but he just snuck underneath the O-line. You can see it right there. He just snuck out from behind the O-line of Auburn, and it turns into a huge gain up across the 40 into Seminole territory. Four minutes to go in the first quarter. Making adjustments. And they hand this one off to the right. It gets a good gain, and it's going to be a lot more than that. Touchdown, Auburn! And they put the first points of this highly anticipated game on the board. The running game appears to be what's working for Auburn early. A couple of big gashes in that defense and on a couple of those 6 plays, and one of them was a 38-yard touchdown. 7-0 Auburn, and Florida State will look to answer on their second drive of the game. They'll let this one trail out of the back of the end zone, and they'll get it 1st and 10 at the 25. First down from the 25. Williams hands this one off, and Auburn is all ready for it. They lose a yard on that play. I thought maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage, but DeMarcus Riddick proves me wrong quickly. The senior linebacker getting in the backfield for a TFL on the first play of this drive. And how will Florida State to respond to being behind the sticks early? Second and 11 from the 24. Williams drops back, and he had a man open, but it's tipped down at the line of scrimmage. 5 of 9 early for Williams Jr. 42 yards, and of course that interception on the first drive. And now 11 yards needed to move the sticks. Couple of batted down passes early in this game. Third and 11. 3:19 to go in the first. He'll throw outside, and it's dropped. So a 4th down here for Florida State, and they will bring out the punting unit as Fort will try to pin the Tigers back as far as possible. Kick is away, and that looks like it will just tick out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So not a great punt for Florida State, but it does get Auburn back into their own territory. First and 10, the crowd's still screaming. Play action boot, he'll roll right. And Charlton will roll to his right. He's got all kinds of room, and he ducks out of bounds at the 35, and a field flip in one play from their own 36 to the opposite 35. 29 yards on that scamper from the freshman, facing all the pressure in the world. Coming out in pistol once again, trying to make an adjustment. Can't imagine it's easy to hear in an environment like Doak Campbell. They do get the snap off, and they try to run outside. Breaks one tackle, but he ain't breaking the next 3. The Seminoles get in the backfield. KJ Kirkland, the free safety, in there to blow up the play using that badge for good for his Seminoles. Second and 15, and the Seminoles giving the Tigers a taste of their own medicine with a swat there at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15. And they run it on 3rd and 15, and he's got all kinds of room. On 3rd and 15, it's a 40-yard touchdown. For Kane, are you kidding? So 14 points on the board through 2 rushes, or both from rushes by Kane. One from 38 and the next from 40. Averaging nearly 40 yards a carry on those touchdown runs. 3rd and 15, and they run it up the gut. Auburn, I believe, was probably going for the field goal there, but the pass commit most likely from Florida State, able to give Auburn an open running lane, and did not look back. First and 10 from the 25. Williams will drop back, looking deep over the middle. Has a man, but it's dropped. Couldn't reel it in. Had the deep ball over the middle. It was just a bit overthrown, but it was definitely a catchable ball. Auburn defenders right on him. The safety was all over him as he hit the dirt. Second and 10 nonetheless after the Williams Jr. deep bomb. All right, we're going to get a skip and a play here. We'll see what happens. Looks like a 9-yard gain on a pass play over the middle. Now, I think they went back to that same receiver who just missed that last one. It's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 34. Just a yard to go for the Seminoles. And they'll keep it with Williams, and he's just able to keep the legs moving for the first down up to the 38-yard line. And Damon Williams, the senior, just putting his head down, running through tackles, and getting himself up to a new set of downs. 14-0 early here in the first half of our two best users going at it early in this season. They'll hand this one off in a great running lane. Jukes nearly got free, but on first down nonetheless, up into Auburn territory, Gideon Davidson. A nice run there. About 13 yards on that carry. Sets up a new set of downs. Moving the chains for Florida State as we head to the end of the first quarter. Man in motion, the wide receiver. Williams drops back wide open in the flat. He hits his target, and he's got room. Up near the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, and back-to-back first downs for the Seminoles. As we tick to the end of the first quarter, 14-0 Auburn. Number 1 leading number 3. But hold everything, Florida State starting to put a drive together once again as they look primed for a score, heading closer and closer to the red zone. First and 10 from the 32. They go play action again. It fools them. And Williams got some speed. He does take a hit, but gets 5 out of it and hangs onto the ball. So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 27 coming up for Florida State. It's so funny. My frames per second's like all over the place. It says 60 one second, then it says 42 the next. 2nd and 5. They'll send the running back in motion out to the left. 5 seconds on the play clock. They do get it off, and they go to the running back. It's a nice throw and catch for a first down. They send him on a quick out route, and the Seminoles have now hit the red zone for the first time today. Obviously, their opening drive ended on that interception, diving interception by Auburn. And now this drive looking to be a little more promising, hoping to be more promising and more fruitful when it comes to points. Auburn's had 2 drives and 2 touchdowns on the ground with Kane. And Florida State looking to do the same on the ground, shaking off tacklers. And a 14-yard gain on first down sets up 1st and goal at the 6. It's been a running game so far today, only 38 yards for Florida State. It seems like a lot more, though. They've done some damage on the ground. A couple of sacks have kind of negated those numbers. Auburn hasn't really needed to pass the ball much today, and that's probably to their liking with a freshman QB starting. Redshirt freshman, I should say. But still his first start, running to the left, trying to power his way in. But nothing there. Looks like Woody was injured on the play. And while we check him out, let's take a quick look around the league, sponsored by Sookie's Soaps. This is Wake Forest and FAU. Smitty in his little rivalry with the Owls throughout all of our dynasties. He is trailing right now to the Owls 3-7, but he's got the Demon Deacons inside the 10-yard line. He's trying to pay it off here. First down goes nowhere, but still 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. And while the Auburn training staff checks out Woody, we will stay here and see if Smitty can finish off this drive. Tight end in motion. And they go play action, and Olkey has nowhere to go. 3rd sack of the first half for the Owls. I hope that is Smitty's stream. They run it with Olkey on 3rd and 16, and he nearly gets all of it. Kyle Bolston on the tackle. It's going to be 4th and 5. Smitty's going to go for it, though. 7 yards to pay dirt. And they'll run it again with Olkey. Can he get there? He can! Touchdown, Wake Forest. And they will retake a lead there. And this has been our Sookie's Soaps look around the league.
To use him 3 times now, he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet.
So now we are back with Florida State Auburn. 2nd and goal from the 4 as Bemer looks to pay off this long drive. With a touchdown, 2nd and goal. Williams rolling right, has a man, and it's caught for a touchdown. What a play by Payne. I did not think that had any chance of getting completed. He threw it into a sea of Auburn defenders, but Williams able to find the open space in that zone and get on the board, and Florida State cuts that Auburn lead in half. 8:10 to go in the first half. And the Tigers look to retake a 14-point lead, or at least increase it to 2 scores here on this drive. They go with a fake toss play. Going short, wide open in the flat is the tight end. He makes a move, and in one play, the Tigers are up 22 yards to the 47-yard line. Just found his tight end in the flat and nobody home, and making good moves in the open field. From the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. They hand this one off to Kane, who's been good today, but that time, not as much. Only 2 yards to show for that one. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Tigers as they are right at midfield. Second and 8. Williams goes to his flat. He finds Kane, and he had a host of Florida State defenders around him. Couldn't quite break all of those tackles. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Charlton 4 of 6 for 55 yards to start out this first half. And what will the Tigers' call be from Bigelow on 3rd down? They need 3 yards, is maybe 4 down territory, depending on this play call here. They do pass it. And going short, somehow gets it over the defender. And Biggs will just have his guy get down. That was Mario Craver again, his first reception. Excuse me, not again. Second time I'm saying his name. But the first time was just to mention that he is an impact player with great route running, and we saw it on that play. First down, Auburn, on a great throw from Charlton. 1st and 10. Going to the right side on the post route. It's brought in! And it's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers! What an insane throw and catch! And Oscar Charlton gets the first touchdown of the season on a miraculous throw and catch to that right side. Extra point up and good. And Auburn takes back that 14-point lead. As Florida State will bring this one out to the 25. Trying to cut back into that lead. It's been an uphill battle so far, but that is what you get when you're playing the #1 team in the country, the #1 user, the back-to-back national champions. The resume goes on and on. 1st and 10. Williams trying to get Florida State out of this, but they are not going to get them that time. 2nd and 21 now for Florida State after that one goes backwards. Five minutes to go in the first half. Williams dropping back again. Going to the out route, and it is hauled in. What a catch. The tight end, Perry Thompson. Or maybe it's Thompson. I thought it was Thompson. Thompson with a great catch. The senior vertical threat. Nice toe drag touchdown. That would have been good in the NFL. 2 feet down. And it makes this 3rd down a lot easier on the Seminoles. 3rd and 5 now from the 30. Still need to convert here to keep this drive alive. Going over the middle, it is broken up. That linebacker did not move a muscle. He stayed right in place and was ready for that one. Looked like a QB spy. Could have been. And this drive is going to end with a punt for Florida State. As this ball trails out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. A much nicer field flip there for the Seminoles, as Auburn will have to go 79 yards this time for some points. First and 10, they go screen pass. It is complete to Kane, and he nearly broke into open space. That ball's on the ground. Auburn does recover, so it doesn't matter. I believe he was on the ground. They are going to review this regardless, and I believe they'll mark him down by contact. And they will at the 35-yard line, so a 10-yard gain there for Auburn. And the Tigers look to increase this lead even further. Handoff to Kane. He's got open space. Are you kidding? Could he go for 3? He will. Touchdown, Tigers, 27-7. And the #1 team is looking like it so far in this contest. Kick is up and good. The 99 overall all around for the Tigers, and they are playing like it. 28-7, and they'll kick it back off to Florida State. And they'll take this one for a touchback. And they'll start their drive at the 25-yard line. With 4:02 to go in the second quarter. Time for Florida State to cut into the lead. They did start with the ball, so Auburn is going to get that rock out of halftime. They're throwing it up. I believe that might have been a misclick, and it's going to be an interception. And Auburn nearly takes it back for a touchdown. They get all the way to the one. That was DeMarcus Riddick. I've said his name today a couple of times, and he had 2 tackles, a deflection before this huge interception, and now sets Auburn up at the 1-yard line. Bing said, gosh dang, Auburn. Yeah, no kidding. This #1 team is looking like it, Bink. Another timeout. This one, I believe, is by Florida State. (28-7), 3:53 to go in the second quarter. And the Tigers sit at the 1-yard line. Looks like they're going to take a knee here. Either taking some time off the clock or just getting this to halftime. Not entirely sure what the play is, but a couple of knees here from Coach Bigelow. Yeah, he's usually the big stopper. A trio of knees there. I believe this is retribution for the interception because I believe Bemer hit the wrong button. I think Bemer on that RPO was just trying to snap the ball real quick and just double tapped A, and he gave him an interception. So I think Biggs was just trying to give him the ball back, which was the nice thing to do. So just erase that last drive from your minds. It never happened. 1st and 10. From the 3-yard line, they'll hand this one off, and it gets not a lot. As we tick closer to the 2-minute warning. Big's too nice. Yeah, well, nicer than most, probably. This ain't charity. Florida State gets the first down up near the 22-yard line, and that will most likely take us to the 2-minute warning. He should have scored. I think he tried on that interception, but he didn't end up getting in, and I think that was the best thing for him. Imagine if he loses now. That would be pretty crazy. I think he was just trying to be nice. Post route is incomplete. Another decent throw from Williams, just a little too far out in front. Trying to go for the big play before the half, get some points on the board. Second and 10. Rolling to his left, finds a man over the middle, and he is going to be short of the first down, so that clock's going to roll. Devon Williams Jr., 12 of 21, 12 completions on 21 attempts. Third and 1 from the 31. They go short to the running back, Davidson, and he's going to have the first down to the 34-yard line. First and 10. And he had a man on the left side, but I believe it's going to be overthrown. Had a man streaking up the left side. Could have found the whole shot, but just an inaccurate ball from Williams. Second and 10. Still plenty of time. 2 timeouts for Florida State. Zach Castellanos. Third and 10 after the tip ball again by Auburn. That D-line has been swatting these passes down. Yeah, that red throw is pretty ugly. Bigelow said in practice sessions that, Charlton still had some learning to do when it came to the accuracy. They'll run this one to the left. It got a few yards, but it's going to be 4th and 4. And I believe Bemer will go for it. Coach Bemer, I should say, will go for this one. Maybe not. He'll bring out the punt unit and just make sure Auburn doesn't get any more yardage. Bemer washed. Well, I mean, he did beat you last year on the road, so he must not be that bad. 4th and 4. Punting that one outside of the 20, out to the 25, excuse me. First and 10, a run up the middle with Kane. It gets blown up a little bit. Week 8, man. Is that you and I? Why would you bring that up? Because I'm just bringing up an argument. You asked me if Bemer was washed. I just gave you a reason why he's probably not washed. This announcer's rude. How am I rude? 2nd and 11. It looks like this will be the last play of the half. You might not even snap it. We play week 8. Well, good luck to you. And that will take us to the end of the first half, 28-7. Auburn leads, and they will get the ball coming out of halftime. Somebody tell Bemer he has a game today. Penguin, shouldn't you be in bed? Don't you have work tomorrow? Feisty dink. I would be losing by more. How many subs does a man have to gift to go ad-free? I have no idea how you have ads. You have Prime. I have no idea how you have ads. You gotta subscribe to it. It says he's subscribed with Prime, so I don't know how he has ads. Let's take a look at our Sookie Soaps. Look around the league. Let's check on Smitty over there in FAU on the road to the American team. And it is a tight ball game here.
They want to put up the big stats, but
looks like it's 14-17, and FAU's offense proving troublesome right here for Smitty. At least once more, as always, Mr. Gloss. On first down, it goes nowhere for Florida Atlantic. I'm not bothering Michelle for the Amazon password this late at night. Sorry, fellas. I mean, you're not. Things aren't great. It is turning up, though. Got a sack on that possession. 3rd and 14 now for Florida Atlantic as they try to bring themselves back into this game. Coy Beasley, the cornerback, coming in and making the play. That is definitely not Coy Beasley. So I appreciate the game setting me up for failure there. 3rd and 14. They air it out to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Great defense from the Demon Deacons, and that is brought a 4th and 14 kick from FAU, and that one is nearly blocked. Got to get back to the ground game. Well, hopefully we wish you luck in the second half here. Smitty, I wanted to mention, you said in the chat, the Gambling Man chat, you said take the 0 points scored in the first inning of the World Series. And I liked that bet, and I went on DraftKings, and I placed a bet, and I read .5 in first inning of the World Series, and I placed a bet, a $5 bet for over .5 runs. Despite knowing that I wanted to bet the under, and I wanted to bet 0, I bet over, and obviously it lost. So I did end up positive for the night, but I thought that was funny because I should have had more money. But instead, Smitty's got some money on this run play up to the 43-yard line as we tick under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Both our games are on break right now. I should let you know at this time that this stream, not listening to that essay, that's crazy. This stream is brought to you by Sookie Soaps. From 1 bar to 2 bars to thousands over the last 10 years. Sookie Soaps makes your soaps with ingredients that just make sense. Visit www.sookiessoaps.com for more. Clean fun for the whole family. That is www.sookiessoaps.com. And thank you again to Sookie Soaps for sponsoring this video. 1st and 10. Going to the ground, or trying to go with a screen pass, and FAU blows it up in the backfield. SA. You know, like, hey, SA. 2nd and 14. Hit KSU minus 10.5. JMU 7.5, and both overs. KSU 10.5 I also took, and that was the sweat. I saw you took both overs, and I liked that. And I took Texas State to cover, and that was before I realized that that was a dumb move because Signetti does have a wagon at JMU. Should have taken them to cover, so it would have been more. Again, all in all, nothing went all that wrong tonight as Olkey barely gets this one away. Wilkie Denaud, 2 sacks on the day, and he was there again. 4th and 16 from the 49. A little too short to punt it. A little too long to kick the field goal. It looks like Smitty's just going to go for this one. Why do they hate you? Fourth and 13. Olkey living on the edge with that wear and tear. You sound like Stewie. And it looks like that's going to be a false start. So that could have been Smitty's move all along. Get it a little shorter to go for it or back it up for the punt. And that is probably what he is going to do here. 6 or 7. Well, there's one. Kick is away, and it will be returned. And this one breaking a couple tackles, and he gets up to about the 32-yard line. So not a big net gain there. Up to the 32-yard line. Still at halftime break over in the highly touted users game. So I'll get this bug off of our screen here so we can actually just see the full screen, and we'll just keep our look on Wake Forest versus FAU. You have a better job than me. You are teaching the youth, Gloss. That is the best job you could have. Short out route to the left gets about 5 on 2nd and 10, and that will take us to the fourth quarter. Number 8, Wake Forest. A tough loss to number 10, Penn State in the opener, and trying to avoid an upset here from the Owls. And it's always the Owl teams. I'm out of reasons I'm going to bed. You shape our nations, you see? Told you. 3rd and 5. 10 minutes to go in the ball game as FAU, tries to avoid the Wake Forest tries to avoid the upset, but FAU gets a huge play down inside the 20 to the 16, and a red zone snap incoming for the Owls. I cared when I was in high school. I was a bit of a nerd. 1st and 10, they go play action, read option, and it goes nowhere. 3 yards backwards. back to the 18-yard line. 2nd and 13 coming up. They go to the air one more time, rolling out of the pocket, trying to get positive yardage, and he's just going to toss this one to the dirt. 3rd and 13, Wake Forest defense looking to get... I had a 4.0 too, bro. Congrats. Trying to get out of the pocket again. He does evade, throws short to his wide receiver. He does get a couple yards, but then he gets popped at the 20-yard line, and that is where he goes down. Monster. I also cared about cross country. I was not that good at it, though. Kick is up, and it is barely good. Just sneaks in that right upright. As FAU retakes a 3-point lead. Smitty back on offense here at the 25-yard line. Again, Olkey just trying to ride out that wear and tear on the comeback route. Throws, and it is caught at the 40-yard line. Gets up to the 42, and the Demon Deacons enter the hurry-up offense. Is it on a sport? That is true. Well, I think he means not more than those other two things. What? 1st and 10, they go with an option play, and Olkey just has to keep this one. He gets buried at their own 45, minus 19 speed. Oh my. Olkey already in the yellow for this season. And they go with the read option, and Olkey has all kinds of running room. He's going to get down and save his body from further torment at the 35. I remember when Olkey was just a freshman running around out there, but now it looks like Millender is going to come into this game. And Olkey rolling left on the read option again, and he gets down one last time. I believe Millender will come into the game now just to give Olkey a rest in this 4th quarter. Smitty asked why I don't run a lot of my QB is a lot nice. I mean, I ran Marcel Reed a lot. You just got to get out of bounds or get down. And Millender going to take off. See ya. Touchdown, Wake Forest. And how about these Demon Deacons? Trying to avoid the upset, running that RPO to perfection all the way down the field. 24-20. FAU trails now as the Demon Deacons retake their lead. I have to get water. My throat's dying. Be right back.
Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. From the gun, the running back has it. He has the first and still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Under fire. Caught behind the line. It's Gage. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Florida Atlantic races to the line.
Go on. Nice. that was fire. That was just like me, dude. I do remember when I was ironically today when I was working on the YouTube, I rewatched the Manziel. On 3rd and inches, Florida Atlantic can't get the first down. Samaje Burrell, the senior linebacker, jumping in there and getting the stop. I do remember on a fumble on 4th down. Oh, I wish this could keep up with this game, the Wi-Fi. Jarius Heaney, I don't know if he forced the fumble, but he sure recovered it. He did force it. He forced and recovered the fumble. How about that? And Wake Forest on 4th and 1 force a fumble. Okay, enough glazing, Dink. Johnny Manziel
Biceps and chest.
impression. Yeah, that was cool. Great option again to Millender. He's got a first down, and he is going to have a touchdown. How about back-to-back runs for Millender? Both go for 6, and he sends that ball right at the cameraman.
A lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution.
Bemer Biggs has been
Continues to do
at halftime,
and they take the
quote-unquote.
lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Looks like they are about ready to get going again, though, and they are. So we wish Smitty the best of luck as we head back to Tallahassee. Cameraman got sniped directly in the kid maker. First and 10 from the 25, it looks like. Charlton will run this one, and he gets a huge gain up to the 43-yard line. How about 18 yards on the first play of the second half of our number 1 matchup? Well, I guess battle for number 1, because whoever wins this is definitely going to be number 1 next week. Bing does not have a lot of confidence in Bemer. Charlton rolling out, has a man wide open, and is caught for the first down at the 42-yard line. Who's number 2? That is Oscar Charlton. If I have to see Biggs in the playoffs, I'm just taking the force loss. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't. I feel like you shouldn't do that. No rankings. It's just Biggs 1 through 10. First and 10 from the 42, and Auburn will call timeout. Didn't like the look they had on offense. I'm stupid. I didn't even put a score in for that South Carolina game. First and 10, Charlton rolling out. Looked like he wanted the screenplay. Didn't need it. First and 10, and more up across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Good night. Good night, Seagloss 15. The run there goes nowhere. This might be 50-7. Might be 60-7. 28-7 here. Second and 11. Freak you. Second and 11. They go up the seam. It is caught for a first down at the 5-yard line. Oscar Charlton, 167 yards. I believe he is 9. He's completed 9 of his first 11 passes. 167 yards. And, of course, a touchdown in this ball game. He's been good. First and goal, they hand it off on the counter play and nearly broke all 3 tackles and got into the end zone. Good night, Gloss. Tell your students I said I want a 500-word essay on why Ohio sucks. Oh, nice opinion. One small problem I have inside your home. "25 frames per... This thing is at 19 frames per second. Okay, now it's at 55 again. Okay. What? Wake Forest scored again. It's 38-20. Not that I could see it, but it's there. Third and goal. Speed option time. They pitch it, and it is going to be a touchdown for Auburn as they get into the end zone for the 5th time today. Extra point will make it 35-7. I told them today Iowa would be a 1-point underdog to UT on a neutral site. They were upset. I bet they hate you. Doesn't matter. Go Hawks. Rolling out is Williams on 1st and 10 from the 25. He is just chucking this one deep, and it is going to be overthrown. I was going to say Iowa would be favored over Texas. They might. Look at the computer metrics. Texas is not UT Garrett, they're Texas. 2nd and 10. Going over the middle. It's caught for an 8-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2 at the 33. Both of you suck and got your crap pushed in by Ohio State. Get in line. Incomplete pass on 3rd and 2. Okay. Bink, you should have a special emoji in there. Looks a lot like this. One of the crowd members said, "We paid for this." That's crazy. Fourth and 2, they run it. And Williams gets the first down up to the 38-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10. It's caught for a first down up across the 50, up to the 45-yard line as we tick under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. First and 10 for Florida State at the 45. They go with an RPO if it will ever load. And it looks like it's going to be a huge gain. I think my OBS just crashed for a second, but I think we're back. 1st and 10 after that 10-yard gain. They go with a screen pass. That was a nice little... I don't know if that was a screen pass or if it was just how it was set up, but it looked nice, but Auburn was all over it. That's crazy big. I just added the North Carolina and South Carolina games, and that one was nearly intercepted, but somehow tastes like a natty. That... Y'all are both crazy. I really have nothing to say about any of that. And then every other day. 1st and 10 from the red zone. They went for a screen pass, and it was not open, so Williams just chucks it at the feet of his receiver and lived to play 2nd down. Binky. Second and 10 from the 19. They go with an out route to the right side. There's a flag down. It was offensive pass interference on Favre. Could accept it and give it 2nd and 20. Instead, Bigelow will take the loss of down. And it'll be 3rd and 10. 2:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still in the red zone. Florida State trying to get some more points on the board. Auburn just dominating in all facets as of right now. Going to the out route, caught, and it looks like it's going to be a touchdown for Florida State. And it just got a lot less disgusting. Only a 3-score game now. 35-14, 11 plays, 75 yards. About 3.5 minutes off the clock as Auburn will get the rock back in this game. In other years, we too know this year. Woo woo. Bink, you are one of the teams I'm making a graphic on Instagram for Big Ten, except in the Georgia game. NIU beat Ball State. I know it's not a huge victory, but our new user, and that's going to be a sack on first down. A huge loss for Auburn. KJ Sampson bringing him down for an 11-yard loss as Charlton trying to get out of the play. Fluke doesn't count. Yeah, we'll see. But I wanted to make a graphic for NIU Ball State because her new user with a 73 overall team beat Ball State 84-16. They didn't cheat, guys. Coach G played a good game, and he had a great onside kick and a great last play design. And on 2nd and 21, they go the screen pass, and it gets about 12 up to a 3rd and 9. What about him? Is he cheesing? Is that why? Has anybody ever played him? Saw a little stat padding? Yeah, Taziki did it in year 1, and he lost by 70 to Bink. So he stat pads against a rival, Ball State. We'll see. 3rd and 9 from the 26 as Florida State looks to get off the field. Tipped to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 4th and 9. And this game is definitely still in favor of Auburn, but Florida State trying to knock on the door. Punt return is fielded, and he will be tackled right at about the 33-yard line. After a 28-point fourth quarter, Wake Forest doesn't just avoid the upset, they're sending a message with a huge win over FIU over the middle, and that one is picked. Just an overthrow to the inside by Williams, and the Auburn defense strikes again. This time, Donovan Starr, 4 tackles on the day, and now an INT. Bink definitely jinxed that. He wanted to jinx it, I know it. I know he did. They go with a run play on first down, bottled up in the backfield. The wide receiver, not you, Bink. Oh, yeah, Bink's not a moron. He did jinx it, though. That was never in question. Oh, bro. Can't reach it. Green for can't reach it. 2nd and 11, going over the middle and over the head of the linebacker. What a throw. This Charlton kid is insane. A freshman doing this. I'd imagine he's a redshirt freshman. I don't think a true freshman could ever just be an impact out the gate. But a redshirt freshman coming into Doak Campbell Stadium, winning 35-14 and helping his team to a victory as we hit the fourth quarter. Game not over yet, but heavily favored toward the Tigers. 35-14, and they are in striking distance. Bemer's LB has the awareness of a fence post. A fence post could at least knock the ball away. I don't count anybody out. I watched Smitty come back on Bemer. We all watched that. That was insane. 1st and 10. A run on the counter, and Kane going to just blow his way through tackles for a first down. Go Beavs or something. I don't know. Do you yearn for Corvallis? I can't imagine you yearn for anything that's not a 99 overall after you've seen the numbers on USC now. What a speed boost. Jeez almighty. Only 3-yard game, but could have been a lot more for Bryce Kane. 13 attempts, 139 yards, 3 touchdowns for the junior. Go Bucks, baby. USC also sucks. Oh, a sack on 2nd and 7. Coming back for their second of the game. I would imagine he's probably talking about in-game, which I appreciate. Either that or he was trying to jinx the real-life Buckeyes. They run the option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll get about 4th and 9. 21-point game right now. This field goal would make it a 24-point game. Keep it at 3 scores, but Bemer would need 3 touchdowns in 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. Field goal's good. 24-point lead on the scoreboard, 38-14. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream JG and Mac tomorrow because I work the evening shift. Michael Myers, chill. Bing, we will give you Heartline if you stop trying to jinx us. I don't know if you're in position to make those trades, Penguin. They run a wide zone to the left. Spin move, can't get around him. Just a 3-yard gain for Florida State. Second and 7, going to the out route and incomplete. And this has not been Damon Williams Jr.'s day. Bing Siakam. Keep that voodoo devil magic out of here. Deal, whoever that is. Talking about Brian Hartline? Whoever that is. He don't deserve him. 3rd and 7 rolling out, and if he can't do it with his arm, he'll do it with his legs. First down for Williams Jr., bro. First and 10, they go with a reverse, and it cuts up the middle for a nice first down across the 50 and into Auburn territory. 6:27 to go. He's better than every coach on your staff not named Heupel, and probably better than Heupel. That is definitely a hot take, but one that could be argued. And another run by Williams on the play action, and he'll just reach his way forward for first down to the 35-yard line. Bing, do you think y'all got it against Oklahoma this weekend? Coming completely unbiased, I do think you guys win that game. I hope you guys win that game. Sounds like Matt LaFleur. First and 10, they run it up the gut. And it gets about 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7. Beats A, bro. I hope so. I'd like to root for, teams, people, fans. I like to root for the teams that we are fans of in here. There we go. English. Like Tennessee, Ole Miss, Ohio State. I like to root for those teams just because, I don't really have a favorite in college football, so I just kind of want everybody in here's team to do well. Even Colorado and Colorado State and Iowa. I want them to do well. Night game in Neyland. Yeah, in the blackout uniforms. Good night. Literally. First and 10, corner route is caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for Florida State. and trying to bring this game back to relevancy. 38-20, and going for two will be the Florida State Seminoles. For the two-point conversion to stay alive in the ball game. Going forward, trying to fit it in a gap, and it is intercepted. And that has been about how this game has gone for the Seminoles. Auburn defense just suffocating in this ball game. Kneeling south and north. You know, I made a joke. I said Florida State, the Seminole Vesicles, and none of us laughed. I thought it was pretty funny. Kneeling south over north. I didn't. Big, you can just call it Neyland. Like, you guys got, like, naming rights over that stadium. First and 10. And they rush up the middle, and Kane just having a day on the ground. When we first started this dynasty, Bink, I was confused as to why you didn't take Tennessee. Like, I genuinely... Well, that's fair. I mean, they did do that, and then they got... How do I put this? Second and 9, rolling out to his right. Downfield shot, caught. And he's just going to go down this time. Mario Carver. He played. Yeah, that's... Because I was thinking, like, why didn't you take Tennessee at the start? And I was like, oh my God, they're in the playoffs. I don't know why it slipped my mind, but yeah. Yes, yeah, they did. First and 10, going over the middle, caught, first down, and Auburn not afraid to throw that ball still. Like, who does that? I was living. Because they were in the playoffs. So was SMU. Granted, so was Clemson, and so was Arizona State, but it didn't really work out in the end. And we're in year 3 anyway, so it's pretty much fair game if you get an offer. Run up the middle. It's going to be brought down at first and goal, and Florida State calls their last timeout. He blacklisted my team. Whoa. Oh, they said that was bad, but y'all give me subscriptions, so I don't care. That should be a sympathy pick. I mean, overall-wise, they were, like, the same as most. I think that's why in the next game we just got to go by overall. Like, playoffs or not, I mean, if you're worried about the pipelines held for sex, I mean, literally. Or a band name. Yeah, love that. Yep. 2 minutes to go, second and goal, no timeouts. Second and goal, they'll go play action. Most likely just take this one to the end. Instead, Auburn is going to grab another touchdown. 44-20. Kick is up and good. 45-20. That'll be most likely what this game ends. Why he scored there, I'm not entirely sure. But, I mean, I guess he left it open. He did say if you run commit on the last drive or whatever, he's going to make him pay. He's run up the score. Where's Coach G? Send the message. Not cool, fam. I don't know. Bemer and him have probably been in contact this whole game, and he probably told him to score. I can't imagine Bemer took it that much to heart. I'd be very surprised. Well, it was 2nd and goal. And that one is intercepted, and I'd imagine this one's going to be a kneel now. On 1st and 10, and we are going to walk out of Doak Campbell Stadium. Carlos Potts with an interception, and a statement victory here for the Tigers. Why is he coming out an empty? Unless he's just like running it with the QB and then sliding down or something. Run it up. I mean, I don't think he's trying to run up the score. I really don't think he's trying to run up the score. Yeah, now he's got the kneel. Just wanted to run. I don't think there was anything malicious behind that. Run it up. So Florida State going to have some regrouping to do after week 1. I mean, you can't really lose to a team better than this. Number 1, back-to-back national championships. But here in Doak Campbell Stadium, Auburn gets the last laugh, 45-20. They win it by 25 points on Florida State's home field. And Bigelow, despite all of the rumors, gets a huge W today. Number 1, target on his back, didn't matter. Charlton with a great game in his first start for the Tigers, but Kane was the reason that these guys pulled it away. Well, that was something. Thank you guys very much for watching this stream. We saw a little bit of Smitty action, too, with the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. That was cool. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this Week 1 matchup between these two powerhouses. Most likely we'll be back for Week 2 because I don't think I'm going to be here for JG Mack. So we'll see how it all plays out and if anybody else will get on IceBox Live. But thank you again for watching today. Bink, Penguin, appreciate you both. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Thanks, everybody.